Now that I've driven this motorcycle for nearly a month, it's a Honda Rebel 250. Some people will say it's a beginner bike. I would say I disagree. If you've driven a standard car, you've been off road, if you've driven bicycles, fast bicycles on the road, next to cars, next to vehicles, ran on the streets next to vehicles. If you've done certain off-road activities, driven dirt bikes, etc., certain activities where you be in danger, you gotta watch out for yourself. This bike isn't gonna be enough. Basically, from day one, the Honda Rebel 250, it'll max out around 75. Yeah, you could go faster, but you're pushing your luck. I took the bike to about 85, 90 when the speedometer broke. And it really didn't ride the same after that. It just, sort of loses power by itself now. Ever since I took it to 90. The one good thing about the Rebel 250 is when you do make a mistake, it'll forgive you because you're going so slow. I try to change gears in a turn, and I try to change gears in a turn to go, to have more torque. So I put the gear down. I was in third, or I was in fourth, and I went to third. I think I was in fourth and went to third in order to take the turn faster. Big mistake. My back tire almost gave out underneath me. So, but I was going about maybe 20 at most, maybe 25. So, even if I did fall, the consequences would have been slim. I probably would have just got a rash, got back up, and kept riding. If it was on a faster bike, I would have probably been going 30 something, maybe 40 something, and I tried to pull that stunt, and I probably would have fell. What else could I say? I mean, it's a tough bike. It really doesn't break down. I got broken stuff all over it. The back lights are broken. The back fender is falling off. These are things that if you had a nicer bike, if you had a 650 or 700 or a liter bike, you would want to fix them. So it'd cost you money. Here with the Rebel 250, I'm able to break stuff and just keep it moving. So there's advantages, but I would say I still, even with the advantages, I would have probably still went with at least a 650. Because it's actually, the main reason is because it's actually more dangerous in certain situations to have a smaller bike. When you're dealing with 18-wheelers or big SUV trucks, when they pass you, the wind will sort of knock you off the bike if you're not. You won't keep the strength and keep your weight centered. On a liter bike, you're not going to have that problem. Also, you can get in and out of situations quickly with a liter bike or a 700. You go 100 miles per hour, just get to where you got to go and just be done. With the Rebel 250, you're on the highway for whatever time the GPS says you're on the highway for that long, and maybe even add a 5 or 10 minutes because you got the 250. So it can be dangerous. It's actually more dangerous, but the flip side to that is that even though it's more dangerous, you're learning more. So, with that danger, I mean, I really know I'm sort of an expert in riding on the highway. once I get a better bike, I know things that were dangerous when I was with the 250, I'll still be looking out for those dangerous things with the leader bike. Somebody that hops on a leader bike first thing, they're not even gonna know about that type of danger. They're not gonna know about sitting in the slow lane, and making yourself seen. You gotta do certain things to make sure that people see. Especially if you got an all black bike here. It's easy to get caught up in the traffic or just the overall scenery. But yes, for learning, it's simple, but really just learning, literally learning on the bike. This is what the Honda Rebel is. Not necessarily a beginner bike. Beginner bike is going to be a 500 at least. You need the weight. You need to be able to do different things. And then when, the other thing, when stuff breaks down, you need to be able to value the bike so much that you're going to fix it. This bike here, I'm already ready to sell it. I'm already ready to put my money into it. I don't know if I said this earlier in the video, but I won't take it to a highway that's 70 miles per hour. This thing maxes out around 75. I can get it to maybe 80. But last time I was on the highway, it started shaking on me. So it's been better since. I think I was riding it every day. I think that's what got it to shake a little bit. I'll give it a couple of days rest. It doesn't shake, but we got 70 mile per hour highways here in the United States. Some highways are even 80 miles per hour down in Texas. Don't take this bike on those highways. And because we have those highways, you need a bigger bike. It's just the nature of things. Maybe if you're living in New York City and you're going to stay in New York City, you're going to stay in maybe Boston, Washington, D.C., some of these bigger cities, major cities. But that's few and far between. So for the most part, and I would say even in those cities, you want a bigger bike. You want at least a 400, 500. So yeah, that's my review for the Honda Rebel 250. It's really a bike to actually learn on. And if you take the MSF course, you need to learn. You need a beginner bike. That being said, I'm still riding it every weekend to my local job. My further job, that's about 40 miles out, where I gotta take the highway. I don't ride it on that one. When I'm going around town, I ride the bike. I try to ride it as much as I can, so it's still fun, it's still a blast. But the truth is, here in 2026, a 250 is too small. That's just the